Yoshitsune. I'm gonna put this shit in it. You can't put her finger in the trigger. It won't do right. That's bullshit. Hey, welcome back, fellow 3A obsessors, 3A addicts, 3A sniffers. Tomorrow is nothing, but today we have Yoshitsune. Yoshitsune. I'm gonna, we're gonna have to call him Deathmask for the rest of the year. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to call him Deathmask for the rest of the review. If not, I won't be able to stop laughing. I want to send a major shout out to Andy NG from the 3A Legion Facebook group for helping me out pre-ordering this guy almost a year ago. He had the 3A discount and he passed it my way and squared me away with this guy on pre-order. And he finally showed after so much time. Okay, let's take a look at his packaging. So we have a really nice burnt orange, because it's not really a red, a burnt orange with the black silhouette of the death mask here with a nice marked out X. It's really, really nasty. Nice little stripe coming down here, kind of reminiscent of that Carney labeling, Carney package art, and that TK, that UK TK on the back here. Obviously, I don't know what that says. It says, Yoshitsune! Because you just ate, so you're shit soon. And then again, you have the Tomorrow Kings covered up with the death mask, and I would assume that means tomorrow nothing in some way, form, or fashion, with the 3A logo right there in a nice orange, deep orange, or whatever that color is. I'm colorblind today. Let's get this guy out the packaging. Oh, and immediately that 3A scent just comes pouring out. Oh, smell that 3A. Oh goodness. Oh, that God, it smells good. Okay, so he comes with he comes with two posters, which is kind of cool. He comes with, and I'm not sure we'll even be able to get all this on the camera. Let's see what we can do here. He comes with the Yoshitsune 7 Bones poster. And it says it there that he's a 7 Bones Yoshitsune. So that's really nice oil art. All right. And then here you have the Deathmask version. So I thought it was really cool that you get both of these in this packaging. I'm not sure if you get, if you got the 7 Bones version, let me know. Shoot me a comment and let me know, or a message and let me know if you got both posters in your packaging as well, or is that just something they did for this version? Okay, so already inside the packaging, inside of his clamshell, you can see this guy is huge. Not because he's so much larger, but because he comes with so much more, starting with that big backpack. He comes with this humongous sword. If you own or have seen or remember 7 Bones Shogun, he has a sword similar to this, though not quite as tall. So he comes packaged really deep, and you can just see how far that slicer backpack deals. It just sticks out, right? It comes with a pretty cool stand because the weight of this backpack is just too much for the 3A ankles. I know a lot of people ask those questions in the 3A Legion group, like how is his articulation, his pegs holding up under the weight of that backpack? Not very well, not very well at all. So it has a cool little Tomorrow Nothing Death Mask logo thing there with 3A up here. It's got a clamp deal there. We'll get more into this momentarily because I am kind of wondering. I have not put it on yet, so for the first time, it'll be going on as we do this review, right? Let's just get him out of the plastic, and oh, that 3A smell. Oh, it's just phenomenal. I love it. It's fantastic, people. And he comes with a shitload of grenades as well, because he has a grenade shit, man. I mean, that thing is freaking big, man. It's freaking long. That's a long sword, like really long. Nice coloring there. There's like a bronze over the top of that. That's really nice over the surface of it. Really good. It's really cool. Looks like it's been charged with energy and heated up too many times, and it's just red hot. So I'm bumping shit. Here, he's standing up right now without it. I'm going to try and get everything. When you start filling it around a little bit, that's when the issues come in. Well, actually, no. I'm a liar. He wasn't standing up on his own. His backpack was leaned up against the plastic here. Let's just set him to the side because he's not going to stand up without that stand. Why he has that backpack on. Oh, stand there, buddy. He comes with a spare hand. And this is just it's a general hand. We've seen this a few times before. I think we've probably even seen it with Queenie, as a matter of fact. The detail is really nice still. Got a little bit of rubber or, vinyl peeling here. I think it's just because the figure is so fresh. It's not anything to worry about as far as damaging of the figure or anything like that. So he comes with a pretty average amount of grenades here. What is that? About 6 grenades. Nothing special. There's no Deathmask emblem or anything like that on them. So nice weathering as always, though. And then we get a better look at the stand here. You got a hole, girl. You got a peg and a screw, boy. Take a little friendly screwdriver deal here. Unscrew that deal there. And this screw, if you ever lost it, looks like you can get that from a Home Depot with no problem. We just sit this on inside of here. There's no distinctive shape or anything like that for it as far as it fitting in. There is no soft ratcheting or anything like that on it. It just kind of fits in there. Put the screw in there. Take your real handy dandy screwdriver and tighten it up. All right, there we go. So that's pretty snug. So there we go, and there we have the pinchers wide and open. Now, where this actually is going to fit on him to hold this thing, who knows? There's not really a place for this thing. Into that, let me try this. You got a soft ratchet here, soft ratchet here, soft ratchet here, or at least it feels like a soft ratchet. Yeah, you got a nice soft ratchet there in all those places. So that's pretty cool because it'll hold up under the weight. And I was just about to start bitching. I'm going to assume that you could fit it under here and you can clamp it like that. And now he has some standing ability. Okay, so already this is proving to be a pretty awkward review. Let's point out a few things. I'm not sure for everyone's, but I can only speak because I can only speak for mine. The thumb and the index finger on both of these hands seem to be joined. So getting the weapon into them is pretty much not happening. So I have opted to take my razor here, and I'm going to get in and I'm going to do some slicey work, some slicey dicey. Oh God, I'm going to do some slicey dicey on this finger, and it's really joined there. So, quick slice there. Separates the finger, and now we can get in there. I hope I haven't ruined it, but in order to get past these cables, you have to do it. So if any of you guys have that issue or don't have that issue, let me know. Hit me in the comments. I would like to know about that. Hit me in the groups. And this hand just came off. Hit me in the groups and let's discuss. Okay, so here we go. The sword is huge. He's not holding it up very well. So what we're going to have to do with this guy is do some futuring. All right, quick slice, quick slicey dicey. Okay, Ash, we're going to need you to step it up on these joints now, dude. I'm trying to... Oh! Hey, this is bullcrap. I'm sorry. Hands are just popping off. And it's not broken it's fixable. It just pops right back on. But those pegs for those hands, there should be a little more friction. Those pegs need to be a little bit bigger on the wrist pegs there to hold those hands in, man. I'm going to imagine that if you want to make him hold this weapon and hold it up well, you're going to want to do it. Oh, Jesus Christ. You're going to want to do it with two hands. Do it with two hands, baby. And then he holds it much better. And again, he's articulated enough to do it. The problem just comes in with the fact that those hands keep popping off like that. That's not really a cool look. The figure is awesome. Don't get me wrong, but it's very awkward because of the weight, and it makes me wonder: has anyone actually messed around with this before, saying, "Hey, this is complete. This is how this should be"? I don't think so. It looks great, you know what I'm saying, but looking great and actually functioning well is two different things. I want to bring that to your attention, so as you're dealing with it, you'll know. I would hate the fact that I reviewed this figure and didn't cover that, and that's pretty unfortunate. It's a big letdown when it comes to that. All right, so let's take this backpack off this guy so we can maneuver him a bit better. To remove the backpack, you can try and just pull all the stuff off, but I think it's probably much easier just to come here at the buckle. There you go. Just squeeze these in, and it should come right out. There you go. Like so. And the same thing will be done on the other side here. Now here's some suckage. So there are these little interlacing straps here. You can just take that portion out through here, and then you'll be able to slide this side. Hopefully. Oh yeah, this buckle's just caught. Slide this side out, and he's freed from that humongous weight called a slicer battery pack. And as you can see, without that slicer battery pack, he stands just fine. It's just, I mean, and it's, I think it's fair enough to say it's expected that under the weight of that backpack, he's not really going to stand up by himself very well. Not with these wrist and ankle pegs. They're kind of lame. And I wish we could get something better, stiffer, stronger, but don't we all? So put this back on here, and now he's fully handed. Let's take a look at this backpack right quick. Okay, so this thing is awesome. It looks really good. Some really nice detail work here in it. And again, I always love 3A. I love the strap work. I love the backpacking, the fabric, everything they do as far as the clothing goes and accessories go for their figures. I just really wish. I'm a Transformer collector too. I collect third-party Transformers. So when it comes to those figures, there's a little bit more that goes into the engineering. And in reviewing those figures, it really makes you conscious of the decisions that are made in every aspect of any figure that you get. And with this, you can just tell. I mean, you can just easily see that this was not thought out. Not at all. It was not thought out well, because if so, they would have beefed up those ankle pegs and the knee articulation on this guy. That would have been a no-brainer. That is a no-brainer. Okay, having said that, it looks really great. You have the Deathmask emblem on the back, and these are vinyl pieces, man. These are designer pieces, so it's debatable on function. The topic of function is highly debatable, but for 3A to be a company that puts so much attention into the small details of their figure and its accessories, clothing, and overall visual aesthetic, you would think that they would give more concern to making sure that the figure is stable. I mean, yeah, The stand is a nice addition. I don't think I've seen a stand come with a 3A figure thus far as the TKs go. Anyways, I can only speak for TKs, but I would have thought that we would have got something a little more structured as far as the stability of the figure. So yeah. But you can see plenty of detail, no lack of paint, no lack of detail on the battery. You have these big power hoses coming out. Red is hot, black is not. Coming out, going to this lower portion. I'm pretty sure that says tomorrow is nothing, but I'm not sure. And then it leads out here to this big ass sword, and it just looks really awesome. It's not as heavy as you would think. I mean, it's pretty heavy for this. Holding it in my hand, it's not as heavy as you would think, but it does have some weight to it. So it is solid, baby. That's solid. There's no opening that or anything like that. I would love to see what's inside of here, like, or what is it molded from. It's hard enough to hurt if you hit somebody with it, but not so hard that it would break a glass if you threw it through a glass, unless you were like really strong and then did it like that. I wonder if this is like the dial. I don't know. Take a look at that Deathmask paint job. Oh, that's so sick. This is going to be such a long video. Yeah. So I love this guy. Straight up. I'm always a fan of 3A. You know it. I am 3A biased. When I got mine, his foot was not on. I've seen that happen before, though. It's, yeah. When you're talking about these little pegs popping off all the time, it's bound to happen. I like the detail with, or the nice addition of these little the ankle guards, or whatever the case is. That's really nice. And they're weathered really good. Look at that. The detail in the weathering is sickening. It's sickening. He has some pretty standard 3A shoes there. A little rework is done there, you can tell. I haven't gotten many of the TKs here lately, like, for instance, the Ninja TK. I didn't get the hacker, the underworld hacker. I didn't get him. There's a few that I've missed out on, unfortunately. So I'm not sure if their shoes were upgrades or different as well. But this guy's definitely is a different design as far as this shoe goes. I would prefer to have seen him in a boot or something like that, but I think that still looks pretty good, the ankle armor here. And this does work. This is on like a little flap here. So you do have articulation there. He's, of course, weathered all throughout his actual skin texturing here, so it looks like he's just really grimy, really dirty. 3A does a really good job of illustrating that these guys are in the shit constantly. The pant designs, the short designs, the capris, as I call them, look really good. This, someone let me know, is this just yet another part that was pulled from another figure being used with him, or just a new design as far as his pants goes? I like it a lot, though. You got a pocket here on both legs, and then you have these knee pad things here, which are pretty roughed over. And then, of course, you have a string here, a drawstring, so you can pull these guys tight, or you can loosen it and bring it down if you want and get a little more length out of it. He has an ass load of pouches, and I love the pouches. The pouches really make these guys just look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pouches on this guy, and they're all actual working pouches. For anyone that hasn't ever messed with 3A figure before, you have Velcro holding those pieces in, and they're very well detailed and weathered like that. They're kind of like an OD green with some grime over them. That looks pretty good. You have straps on these, and these little places here are for your grenades, but it seems to be a little split in my plastic here already against my will, so we can just kind of squeeze one out. We're gonna squeeze one out. Yoshitsune. We're gonna squeeze one out. And you can just slide this guy. You can't really see it. Let me see if I can bring it in a little more. All right, so yeah, you can see where the this little strap thing has the little straps for the grenades, and they fit so very well into them, meaning I'm having a hard time getting it into there. And again, there's 6 of them, so it gives you room on each side for possibly 3. And I really like the look once you got them fully loaded with the grenades. I like getting extra grenades and really just loading them down with it, because it really looks good. I'm not going to go through all of that right now. This is different than I've seen with my other 3A figure TK buckles or whatever for their belts. That's a pretty beefy buckle. I like that. You can see the weathering there. It's more of like a dry brush over it. That's a nice clip on that. It's a really strong clip. And it makes it much easier to get the figure out. Look at that. That's really cool. Every single one of those pouches are actually functional. You have a look at that. You have a loop here to tighten and loosen it, and it does not lack in weathering detail at all. One of the most tremendous things about 3A figures is all of the detail that goes into making sure that these guys just look grimy. And then this guy, okay, so I did a custom kit bash deal here of my own. I call them the Bloody Snow Brothers, and both of them incorporate these scarves. They're really tattered, and it's really cool to see this figure with a scarf similar to theirs. And I'll bring them out in a while for a comparison, but it's really cool to see this guy with his scarf all wrapped around. It's all tattered and torn. That's really nice addition to the figure. He has his shoulder pad deal here that in itself is two portions. They're on little pegs here and here for the articulation on a cloth strap there. And then he has this deal here. These little buckles are a tad bit more finicky to get off, but they do work. You've got a nice variation in color here. All of these are individually articulated because they're all screwed in here via this little plastic piece there. So all of them move. So you don't lose any range of motion. And I just like the way you have the bolts painted in here. It really makes him like he's ready for war. The weathering is always nice. It's always a nice, pleasant addition to the figure because it looks like they just really came from the field and just been cutting up robots, man. So that's pretty awesome. Not really sure how this thing would come off. I don't see any straps. I'm sure it does. I don't want to chance it though. I don't see how I would take it off. It's a two-piece deal here from the top to bottom because it's moving there. I would really like to get in there. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video at some point if I can figure out how to get it off. But I just don't want to risk breaking it because I'm not sure if it's actually designed to be removed. And you can see where it's got, oh man, that's cool. On the back plate there, it's really just roughed over, sketched up, scuffed up really well here. Really nice weathering all along the edges of it. He's just come out of combat, so that's pretty awesome. This shirt under it, he's got a long sleeve tee here. I'm not sure if he has any tats because I can't get under here to check it out. I would assume he does, but because the TKs usually do. And I know the 7 Bones one, I think he does. Hey, anybody that has the 7 Bones version, send me some pictures of it. Send me some pictures of any tat work that he might have or anything like that. His face is totally covered by that scarf, but you can get in there to get a little a better look at. I think it's the Hammer TKs that share this same head sculpt. His is obviously painted up specifically for him. That same closed eye look that you get with the TKs. They're giving it that anime look, really nice. It's just a minimalist anime look. It's really cool. So I originally was going to get the 7 Bones version, and I took a look at this one and I made a quick decision when Andy asked me which one that I want for sure. I made a quick decision and said, you know what, let me get the Deathmask. Even though I wanted the 7 Bones because I want to complete my 7 Bones, I don't think that the 7 Bones crew will be angry at this guy for wearing his Deathmask out. In my opinion, for my collection, the Deathmask will be a 7 Bones member. And Ash gives us that freedom, right? He says the adventure continues with us, right? So yeah, we have the freedom to say that. He just doesn't have any blue. Maybe I'll pull some blue from someone or some other figure just to accent it. Maybe I'll switch the shirt out or something like that. I don't know. But it looks freaking cool. And this scarf is pretty much loose, but here and there you can see where it's kind of mended together. I'm not sure what they're using to do it, but it's kind of hard in certain places to help it hold shape. So that's cool. That head sculpt is just sick. I like that. And for me, since I didn't get the Hammer TKs, having that head sculpt really brings some variation to my TK collection. Yeah, here he is next to to Cornelius and next to Shogun, and he's just a really great addition to the whole TK Seven Bones team. Even though this guy's not really a Seven Bones, and this isn't the Seven Bones color variation, but still he's Seven Bones. I mean, really, it's the same guy, just different colors. And just for a little bit of fun, let's move this sword back out of the way here because this thing is all in the way. Put it up front. Here he is next to, I'm going to bring in my my little 3A kit bashes, my Bloody Snow Brothers. That's one of them. And here is the other one. You guys have probably seen in the 3A Legion group and the kit bash group. There we go. And so now we have the scarf guys in full effect. So yeah, I think he's an awesome figure. Final thoughts on Deathmask. He's a great figure. He's really cool. He looks awesome. Aesthetically, he looks awesome. There are some problems in the ankle pegs, as I mentioned before, and the foot pegs, as far as holding up the weight. And them adding in the stand was a great, a great gesture. But I would have preferred to have seen the actual figure's body beefed up a little bit more to stand up under the weight of the massive battery deal. Because here's the deal, you can't separate, unless you want to pull your stuff apart, you can't separate the weapon from this. So if you're going to take pics and stuff and have him holding his weapon, does that mean you're then going to have that big ass stand in the picture? That kind of messes up the whole deal, right? And I've already seen a couple guys taking pics with him and having him sitting on top of the battery pack, and that's really smart as far as doing what you have and taking advantage of different poses and the flexibility of the figure, or the articulation of the figure. I just preferably would like to have him to be able to wear the backpack without slumping backwards. And I think we could have accomplished that by just beefing up those pegs. Anything else I would like to have seen possibly, again, like I said, some different boots with this guy, different shoes with this guy. And on this arm, even though it's covered with the shield, it would have been nice to have gotten stronger little straps here, because they're kind of winky, so they don't hold tight very well here. And because every 3A collector takes their stuff, most 3A collectors, especially the kit bashers like myself, take these guys apart and try different variations with them. So a clearer way of disassembling that chest piece would have been good as well, because I mean, as it stands, it's possible that if you take it off, you're not getting that piece back on. And that's just for now. If anyone else has a way of solving that problem, I'd be happy to hear it. Give me your comments, give me your like, give me your love. I want it all. Give it to me. Thank you very much for sharing. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for subscribing and liking. Put my shit everywhere a place that a motherfucker would want to watch a motherfucking review with all kinds of foolishness and cursing and crazy shit. Put my shit there, man. Thank you very much. This is Brave. This has been Yoshitsune, because I gotta go take a shit. Deuces. I'm gonna drop a deuce. Your shit to do soon. Bye.